Breaking news at Singapore by Emma Angelo Chen. Greetings, fellow people. This is your news reporter speaking, Elmo Angelo Chen. And currently in Singapore, there's a man who joined his wife doing some money laundering for $1 million love scam. But in the end, he was sentenced to 6 years and 4 months in jail on Monday. So, a Singaporean couple named Anthony and Florence, they both converted cash into a cryptocurrency called USDT and somehow bought the Bitcoin exchange for commissions. But to clearly tell, but the wife is also sentenced in jail, also 6 years, but 8 months. And that was the last month. Here's how the case of Tichin goes. So, Tichin was approached by a 60-year-old man named Chung Keng Tiong, who asked if he knew how to buy cryptocurrency. Chung said they could receive commissions if they helped an unidentified person called Keith to collect cash, convert it into USDT, and use it to buy Bitcoin. Tichin agreed and started helping Cheng in late 2022 before roping his wife into the scheme, and he and his wife recruited other people into the scheme for various roles, which includes collecting money from victim or providing bank accounts. And one of them was a 74-year-old woman, and this happened on July 2022. She received a message from a guy named Steven Tsang, and it's on Facebook. He said he wanted to befriend her, and the victim obliged after her persistent attempts, and Stephen claimed that he was a worker as an engineer at an oil rig, and that he needed money. The victim started transferring money into bank accounts Stephen provided, and their conversations become romantic. Weird. Between February 2023 and mid-August 2023, Tichin conspired with his wife and Keith to convert $1 million received with extra $100,000 from this victim into USDT, and later it becomes a Bitcoin, of course. He and his wife took turns collecting cash from the victim, receiving 3% commission, which they shared with Chen, and the cut was about 12,888 Singaporean dollars. The victim didn't recover any of the money, but still left with $500,000 on the retirement savings. And multiple reports were lodged, and just like that, DJ and his wife were arrested on September 22, 2023. But he did plead guilty to multiple charges under the Corruption, Drug Trafficking, and Other Serious Crimes of Act, which includes 8 charges taken into consideration. And across his charges, he has facilitated that the laundering of 1.66 million Singaporean dollars into Bitcoin, which has been entirely dissipated. He also gained at least $101,110, which is reasonably suspected to be the criminal benefits. While the prosecution sought 78 to 83 months in jail for Tichin, saying that he hadn't only aided Keith, but recruited another person to gain more commissions, and he was involved in a criminal enterprise from as early as November 2, 2022 until September 22, 2023, which is said by the Deputy of Public Prosecutor, A.B. Tan. And even on his day of his arrest, he had conspired to acquire 69,316 Singaporean dollars from another victim and tried to make $115,000 from a retiree. All I could say about this news is that doing the wrong thing for somebody that you care is still wrong. And this could cost your life. I'm Elmo Intelligent, and I'll be getting more news after the break.